This deal going on at Mississippi State, old Mississippi. I guess they're having an issue down there with racism.
Missouri.
Missouri. I said Mississippi, and I mean Missouri. I just picture every state down there as like racist. What is it? Mississippi? I don't know. Yes, it's Missouri. Of course, It makes sense. Missouri. They've lost their fucking mind. They've lost their mind. I guess they've been saying, now I don't know why the president of the university was asked to remove himself from his place of employment, never to return again. I don't know why he was asked. I can't really find anything definitive that he did bad. I assume it was his inaction. The fact that he didn't do anything that everyone's mad at, which kind of puts him in the same category as the cast of Seinfeld in the final episode. They just stood there while that fat guy got mugged and videotaped it and laughed. They didn't do anything. That's what I think this guy did or didn't do. So they were very angry. There was a list of demands from the Missouri state students. They got very angry and wanted the president of the university to resign and denounce his white privilege. Like it's like this is such a communistic way of resolving, and it doesn't resolve anything, a problem. Like first you have to renounce something, then you have to run in and quit, and then you're sent off to a gulag, I guess. I don't know. But so this president, he fucking resigns. He didn't do a goddamn thing and he resigns. And then the chancellor, the University of Missouri chancellor announces he's had it. Now, I hope this isn't because he felt that he should resign or that he felt forced out. I honestly hope sometime in the future we get an interview with the chancellor and he says, I just wanted to get the fuck out of there because it just was going to end badly for him and anyone else that is in charge over there. Large and in charge. And he's gone. And of course, they wanted that to happen, but they're still protesting. This is interesting. They never go away. Any demands that are met, any things that happen, it doesn't go away. Do you please understand this? I've talked about this so many times. They go through all the trouble of organizing something, figuring out the design on their letterhead that they want to use when they send out messages, press releases. They're all together. There's a hierarchy in their group. This guy's in charge. Here's our secretaries and our fucking soldiers, the capos. They all have a thing. It took them a little bit of time to get it together, and they're having a great time. They feel like they're empowered. So the second they technically win, they're not going to break up. Now what do we do? Go back to our dorm room and fucking drink? No, this is exciting and fun. So they keep doing it for no apparent fucking reason. So now these students are out there protesting God knows what. Here's what else I hear. I guess someone, mystery people, shouted out some racial epithets at some black people on campus. And then someone, and this has been one of the, just a a hallmark card of the Nazis. They draw swastikas with feces. I've never heard of a real Nazi doing this. First of all, I don't think I've ever seen a real Nazi, except on the History Channel shows. They're real Nazis.
And in the mirror.
And sometimes in the mirror. I would be thrown in a camp so fast. Look, let's be realistic here. This is not the face of an Aryan. Oh, would I be on that choo-choo train to fucking disaster? Yeah, the whole Nazi smearing feces thing, every time that comes up in the news, it's disproven. It's shown that it was somebody trying to start some trouble. You remember Tawana Brawley years ago here in New York, Reverend Al Sharpton, Mason and Maddox, the kooky lawyers. It was like a Black Three Stooges episode. And she apparently, was kidnapped and sexually assaulted and had racial epithets scraped in her skin and covered in feces. And it turns out she did it herself. Get a little attention. She needed a little attention. And a lot of people paid with careers, even their life, because of that debacle and lie. And now we're hearing that there's some racial problem there. And they're asking now for some diversity in the staff. They want some diversity all over the place. Diversity, diversity, diversity. How about the fact that, what is it, 7% black at Missouri? 7%. How about the football team is 70% black? How about you start with diversity on the football team? Where do white people at? Oh, what? They don't play as well? When has a racial quota ever been determined by how good someone is at the job? Oh, but this guy's much better playing football than this guy. I don't care. I don't care he's better. But we need to diversify. We need some diversity on the football team. So get rid of these athletes because of their skin color. Bring in these athletes because of their skin color. Even out the team. And now we can move on to the faculty and everything else. Why doesn't that ever happen? Why doesn't that ever happen? Never happens. Thank you, Garrett. So I have to play a video for you. This might take years to get through. This is what happened. So they have this. It's outdoors. Let's preface this. This is out of doors on a public property, on a state-run college campus, where the media, members of the media, want to cover this story of the fact that the University of Missouri students, the football team boycotted a game. The students are having a hunger strike, which, look at some of them fat asses. That hunger strike's going to do a world of good. I think there's a little cheating going on. I think that's why there's tents there. They go in them tents and there's some fucking Doritos and grape drink, I think. But so some of the media wanted to get in there, and they said that this is a safe, what was it, a safe zone?
Safe space.
Safe space. This is our safe space. This is on the heels of South Park doing a whole episode on people's going into their safe space. I think some of these liberals are actually getting their dumb ideas from South Park's parody of them. It's great. One of the best seasons ever of South Park, by the way. They have just taken this PC thing, run with it in brilliant fashion. I hear the next episode is the fact that they're so PC now that they don't need the police in South Park. It's going to be hilarious because now they're going to send the police away because they're all vicious killers, and they're so PC now that everything will be fine. I guarantee there's more killing and rape going on in that episode than anything. It's hilarious. They're very, very clever over there. So they weren't allowing the press to take pictures or video this center circle of tents. So they put a big ring of people around it and were muscling members of the media, members of the student press from the college, telling them that they don't have the right to photograph them. This is the simplest definition of the First Amendment, the freedom of the press. It's something a child can understand, that it's a public space, it's a news event, it's not in private property, there's no expectation of privacy, and the media is covering a news event. And they're saying you don't have the right. They don't even understand the simplest concepts of our most important rights. It's stunning how these college students are literally retarded. I saw a woman chanting. We'll get to that video at some point. Chanting, and people are repeating what she's saying. She was batshit crazy. Like you would look at that and say, she needs help. She's insane or mentally retarded. And they're chanting after her. The mob is listening to what she's saying and repeating it like it's valid. She was mentally ill. That's what we got. We got a group of students repeating after morons and retards, yet do not understand the simplest concepts of our basic rights given to us under the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. It's astounding to me. But this is where we're going. And they feel so empowered when these faggots like the president of the university and maybe the chancellor, like I said, I hope he quit because he's just fucking had it. Yeah, you want me to quit? Good. Fuck you. I hope that was it. But the president is a fucking, just a faggot for quitting and empowering these idiots and making them feel like they can go further and further and further with this shit. And it's infuriating. All right, let's go to that video of the Asian guy. He's with the camera, of course. And he's tease the Asians because they're great at everything. He's trying to cover this story. And he is not only being denied access, he is being physically denied access and threatened by people that, again, please understand, have no concept of the most basic of our rights as Americans in this country. As TJ Sotomayor says, roll that beautiful liberal shit bean footage.
Because you're moving closer to them. Right, because I'm legally allowed to be right there. Okay. Yes, but you cannot push them to move closer. They're standing still. I'm not going to push them.
You're with the media. You got to back up behind those signs. That's what those signs say.
Signs say no media.
Back up.
I am a student. And I do my job.
They have asked you to respect their space. Move.
These students are walking forward. This is the direction that we are walking. So you're pushing me. They're pushing me.
They're pushing.
All right, don't push me. Yo.
I'm not pushing you.
Okay, well then we will just.
Could you pause, please, and just keep your finger on the pause button? Jesus Christ, it's going to take a year. Move back. This is their safe space. Move back. When did the liberal progressives, the college students, man, when did they become the fascists? This is a fascist Nazi tactic. They don't want freedom of the press. This is a communist Soviet Union tactic where, you know, they had the TASS news agency, their government-run news, and that was it. If anybody else tried to cover a story in the Soviet Union, that's kind of the response they would get. And if they press the issue, the old chili gulag. But that's what they're doing. There's no reason that the press should not have access to this story. They're not breaking into a house. They're not invading anyone's privacy. This is a story. They are literally extorting people with their actions, blackmailing people into quitting holding a school hostage with these demands and not allowing the media to cover it. That's an interesting little take from progressives, from the liberals. All right, roll them. Nice camera. It's the one I got in trouble with. Same lens, too. Not kidding.
You don't have a right to take our photos.
All right, pause again quickly. Yes, he has every right to take their photos. They don't even understand he has an immense right to take their photos. It's number one with a bullet. It's coming in at the number one right, the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press. I'm Casey Kasem, counting down the most important amendments. Now, coming in at number 2. This fucking asshole. He has every single right. Every soldier that has died for this country, their blood says that he has a right to take your fucking picture right there. Every single one. You dumb fuck. Roll him.
Here. No, I do have the photo. I do have the right to take photos. First Amendment.
I can't hear you.
Excuse me. If you would like to take photos, you need to please give them space. You cannot be this close to them. Please.
They're being close to me.
What I'm
They've been pushing
saying
me
is,
back.
you need to move back. Yes,
I don't have to move back.
you are.
The father should just smack that daughter right in the face. Although he's probably in the garage hanging himself right now.
I have a job to do. I'm documenting this for national news
You cannot be in front of them like this.
Yes, I can. This is the First Amendment that protects your right to stand here, protects mine.
You're not going to yell at her.
Could you pause a minute? Now they're telling him not to yell at her. Don't you yell at her. It's all this baby drama. It's baby drama. These are fucking children. They're acting like fucking children. Oh, give them space. And he's like, I'm not the one banging into them. They're banging into him, moving him back. He's trying to take pictures. They're putting their hands up. They're fucking pushing him away and explaining their complete inability to grasp the rights in this country. He's trying his best. Old Wang is trying his best to explain it to them. It's like, wait a minute. The First Amendment, the one that you're using right now to be here and demonstrate, is the same amendment that allows me to be here and take pictures and report on you exercising your First Amendment right. Don't you yell at her. They don't hear anything. She heard his volume and not the words. Here's what she heard. What. Don't you yell at her, Charlie Brown parent. She didn't hear that the First Amendment covers both of them. Freedom of the press, freedom to demonstrate. She didn't hear any of that. Wop. Let's go.
Okay, ma'am.
She doesn't want you.
First
They don't want you in
Amendment,
front of her.
ma'am, don't yell at me, ma'am.
So
The First Amendment protects your right to be here and mine.
Okay, we protect our space.
There's not a law around that.
There's no such thing as a safe space.
And respect.
Well, how about documenting this for posterity?
Please, sir. Sir, I am sorry. These are people too. You need to back off.
No, there's no law.
Yeah, they're people with rights, just like me.
Space. Back off. Leave these stools alone. Keep your hands. Back off. Back off. Go.
Don't push me.
Now she's pushing. She's pushing him.
We don't want you to tell our story. Not if you're going to act like
We don't want you here. Yeah, well, sorry. Sorry.
How you're necessarily saw in the media.
Well, you know what? She gets to decide if she's going to talk to you or not.
She doesn't need to talk to me. I don't want her to talk to me.
She doesn't want to
You
see
need to
you.
back
I
up.
don't want her to
I know that.
She
You need to
doesn't
back
want
up.
to see you.
I know that. I know that. I know you
Uh-oh.
better back up.
What?
I know that.
Don't push me.
Could you pause? Now here comes obviously a law scholar is coming in now to explain to this gentleman, explain to the guy with the camera that does understand the First Amendment and does understand that they have a right to be there, but he has a right to be there also and do his job. Now it comes in, this amazing law scholar is going to come in now and tell him why he got back up. You got back up. You got back up. You got back up. Back that shit up. All right, let's try to muddle through this.
We have an unethical report of police. Excuse me. I need to get through. No, I need to get through. Are you not gonna let me through?
She's in the way. I'm not in the way.
But you have
Don't push me, ma'am.
Don't push me.
Sir, what's your name? Sir, can you please leave? You're with the Office of Greek Life?
My name is 1950.
Ma'am, are you with the Office of Greek Life?
1950.
My name is Concerned Student of 1950.
Is that some kind of code for cunt? Is that like one of those crypto quotes where a letter is replaced by a number?
Actually, you don't have to stop. You're on public property.
You're right. You're all on
I don't want to talk. I want to document it.
You gotta go, bro.
Why does everyone think you
You gotta go, bro.
It ain't that serious because they can call the police on you.
No, they actually can't because
Call the police. Now, by the way, pause again because that, of course, is a great statement right there. Here is someone who I'm sure has done nothing but lambast and bash the fucking police. And now they're going to call the police. Now it's like, oh, shit. Yeah, let me think about this. Oh, the police. Let's call them for this. Again, every right to be there. You got to go. You got to go. Yes, you have the freedom of the press unless some big goon tells you you got to go. Is that written on there? Did I miss that part? All right, let's see. Keep it going.
protect the right to congregate on public spaces. I don't think
You're harassing us. We state that you're harassing.
Look at that. They're physically, look, they're
Did you just touch her?
No, she touched me.
Tell us
You're the one jumped.
you're the one jumped. Call a foul.
Because I have a job to do.
We don't care about your
They
job.
have a life to live. They have an education to get and a life to
Ma'am,
live.
I'm a
Please
student
live.
too.
But sir, these are more students who are asking you.
You need to calm down.
Okay, but that's my job.
And this is our friend. Our friend's life was on the line. We're asking you to respect that.
And I'm trying to document that for history.
Everybody else has documented
Everybody
it,
else
sir.
is
You
too,
got
but
your
they're being
own.
respectful.
You got it.
Everybody else
You
is too, but they're being
documented it.
respectful.
Please.
They're being respectful about it.
Could you pause again for a second? Because I would love to see if, let's say there was a gathering of people that were protesting Planned Parenthood, let's say. They're in public place in a college, and they're doing the exact same thing. And they're telling a bunch of liberal people with cameras, because they would be there, because it was, imagine that on a college campus. Could you imagine a Planned Parenthood protest against abortion, which, by the way, I love abortions. Don't get me wrong. I'm just using an example. I'm using it as an example. Abortions, to me, it's like apple pie and Chevrolet. It's all American. Abortions. But if that was taking place, do you think they would respect the people that were there and not trot upon their little protest or take pictures? Do you think it's like, hey, my friend's life is on the line here. Can't you respect that? Do you know the response they would get? They wouldn't get a gentleman relaying to them, conveying to them what the First Amendment is about, because that's all they're getting. This guy isn't being violent. He's not pushing back. He's explaining to them his right to be there. I think it'd be a little different if the roles were reversed and conservatives were protesting and liberals were on the outside, being told, by the way, that they're not allowed in there. Tell some people they're not allowed in somewhere. Oh, boy. Look out. Look out. All right. Continue.
They
not.
just want to be together.
That's simple.
Okay, they are together.
No,
I'm not going
you are
in there right
no,
now.
No, you're not.
You're infringing on what they need right now, which is to be alone.
All right. Now, I need you
There's a guy.
You lost this one, bro. You lost this one, bro. Back up. You lost this
You lost this one, bro.
You lost this one, bro. You lost this one, bro.
You lost this one, bro.
Hey, where the signs at? Just put the sign in his face.
You lost this one, bro. Just back up. Just back up. You lost this fight. You lost this battle. Just back up.
Battle fight. Shut up.
It's over. Look, we got a perimeter. Get to the middle. They got a terrible shot to shoot. Get away from them. You got the wall. Get away from them.
Please get this man on Twitter and Facebook. You're an unethical reporter. You do not respect
Get
our
away
space.
from them. You stay
Respect
out.
our
Stay
space.
out.
Do you understand how fucking nuts this is?
Inside, get
They
away.
believe this shit.
We got.
Could you pause again for a second? They believe that this is what America is about and what like demonstrating is about and what the relationship between demonstration and the media, which is covered by the same amendment, because there is this, the media is there as the eyes and ears of the people. I know it's a little idyllic for me to say that, but it's supposedly what it's there for, to be the eyes and ears of the people that can't be there. And the people that are demonstrating want their voices to be heard. That's why the media is there. They don't even understand that they go hand in hand, and that's why they're covered by the same amendment. You dummies. How can they not understand that? And this safe space and get away and we respect our fucking place. Could you imagine Vietnam, the Tet Offensive? Mr. Cronkite, you respect our place. No, like you talk about the Tet Offensive. Well, I guess I'll just leave you people alone to your safe space. I guess I'll... Thank you, Mr. Cronkite. Please tell Mr. Dan Rather, no take a picture. No take a picture. It's the way the media has been. They're not told how they can or can't be somewhere. There have been some amazing people, war correspondents that have died going into places they weren't supposed to be. Not just because of danger, because they just weren't supposed to be there. But again, the freedom of the press, the want to get out there and show the people what's going on. You know, these are the same people that love looking at the picture of the guy in Tiananmen Square standing in front of the tank. What if they chased all the fucking press away? You never would have seen that poor bastard. Oh, would he have just been pried out of those treads? All right, let's see a little more. I lose my fuck mind.
Good, I understand. Especially for disrespectful people like him.
Disrespectful people like him.
No, I did not.
He said San Diego. San Diego? There you go. Yeah. Okay, just push them away. What's your name? Okay, let's go and push it.
Now they're moving forward. They're all up in his grill, yo, as I say.
I know, but they'll change the story on you. They'll change the story. I'm moving. I'm walking forward. I'm walking forward. You're pushing me. You're pushing me.
We're being pushed. We're walking.
You're not doing your job. You're not doing your job.
It's our right to walk forward, isn't it?
Oh, it's all right to walk forward, isn't it? Yeah. With bayonets. Oh.
Hi, media. Can I talk to you?
No, you need to get out.
Oh, Carrot
You need to
Top.
get
I love
out.
No, I
her.
don't.
You need to get out.
Look at this.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
I need some muscle, see? Hey, who wants to help me, Muggsy? See, I need some muscle. Yeah, we need some muscle here, see? That is, if that was in a transcript and you didn't know who said it, you could absolutely attribute that to a mobster. Hey, the press is here. I need some help getting him out of here. Help me out. Bring me some muscle. You got some brass knuckles? What about a blackjack? Carrot Top was fucking way out of bounds. And by the way, that bitch is a professor there. She is one of the professors, and I believe she runs like the media department.
Yeah, communications department.
The communications. And she doesn't even understand. That's the type of dolt they have working at this fucking college. She doesn't even understand that they have every single fucking right to be there just as much as everyone that is there demonstrating. School of Journalism voting on whether to remove professor who clashed with media. Yes, she should absolutely be removed from her job because of a problem with ethics. I'm certain she has something in her contract that says that. If I could be fired for what I wrote on Twitter, which doesn't affect anybody, this fucking asshole that is supposedly teaching students should be removed. She's dangerous. She is a danger. Where's fucking McCarthy with the commie hearings again? Where are the fucking... You know what that... I got 2 words for that college. Kent State. Bring in the National Guard. Bring in the fucking National Guard. Well, do you have the video of that woman losing her fucking mind chanting? She's like, ah! I hope it's there somewhere. She's, it was a tweet I got last night, and it said, if you don't understand the frustration of this woman, just look at this. And it's like, frustration? No, she's nuts. That'd be like taking a camera into an insane asylum, showing someone rocking, sitting in their own feces, rocking, and going, look at the frustration over the issues that are happening in our country today. It's like, no, it's just a retard rocking in his feces. Here she is.
Freedom! It is our duty to fight for our freedom! It is our duty to win! It is our duty to win! We must love and support each other! We must love and support each other! We have nothing! We have nothing to lose but our chains! We have nothing to lose but our chains!
Chains?
Our shine! Our shine! Our shine! Our shine!
Y'all level somebody next to you.
I don't know where we live. They're repeating after a fucking mental patient. Did she look stable? Did she look like a stable human being? Are chains? Holy fuck. You're at a nice university. Where are your fucking chains? Knock it off with the chains already. Knock it off. Holy mother of fuck. She's screaming at the top of her lungs. And they're repeating after her. They're standing there going, yeah, this is great. Oh, my God. It almost makes the stupid hippies from the 60s look like they had a point. Like they knew what they were doing. They were doing it right. And they were a bunch of assholes. I don't know. I see the National Guard. Get them marching in there. We need another Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song. For dead in Missouri, gotta get down.